All the crystals. Use me, touch me. Oh no, I didn't restart my phone. I hope I'll be able to see comments. I thought about that this morning when I was laying in bed, and I was like, oh, I should restart my phone before I come on for a live today. Is anybody here? Good afternoon. Can anybody see me? Hear me? Comment? This is basically what I'm looking for. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Thank you for commenting. Hi, Robin. Michelle. Robin. I'm exhausted. How are you guys? Hi, Liz. I did change rooms. I needed more space. That's how I feel. You know, I just need more space. I've been feeling different in all kinds of different ways lately, and I have been honoring the fact, hi, Connie. I have been honoring the fact that I don't give myself enough grace, and I tell people to do it all the time, for how challenging it is to be in the work that I'm in and care about people. Like, I could easily just not give a shit about anybody who comes into my office or sees me on Zooms, but I literally care about everybody. And I'm around suffering and pain every day. Every day. So that's why I'm exhausted. I realize that, you know, and I'm a single mom and I'm doing all this on my own. And I took time today to realize that, and I was like, I gotta be more gentle with myself. I push myself so hard. Like, I work 7 days a week doing this. That's why it doesn't take super long to get into me. It's my full-time job, you know? Anyways, your beat too, Robin. Doing great, Michelle. Do you have energy? Lucky. You guys, fun fact, Connie here is an incredible artist. She's an incredible artist. We got to see each other on Zoom, and she showed me some of her work, and I was like, OMG. What a gift you have, Connie. Thank you for sharing those with me. Made me feel special. So it's good to change things up, right? Do I want to be blonde again? Yes or no? You guys, also, I need your opinion about something. Hi, Heather. Hi, Rebecca. So, Rebecca, Heather. So I'm looking to venture out. I talk a lot about the medical intuitive stuff. I talk a lot about, you know, I'm a speaker. You know, the self and the soul journey, and, you know, I'm a wonderful psychic medium. You know, I want to brand myself differently moving forward a little bit. So I don't know that when I branch off of Facebook, which I'm going to do, I don't know that I want to be paranormal psychic medium anymore. I feel like, although that very much is part of who I am, I feel I'm more towards like the soul purpose awakener. Like, I really just, I need something bigger. So I was hoping you guys maybe have some suggestions for me. Those of you who know me, you know, and who have seen me. But I've been receiving, and I want to say too, part of the reflecting back on taking care of myself is because been taking better care of myself physically, mentally. I take care of myself, but I'm go, but I'm exhausted. My work is hard, you know, so I do need to nurture myself a little bit more. And I know that, but all of my goal in life is to help people to understand that spirit exists beyond this life and to be the best version of themselves, because that's why we come here many, many times. One of the things we're going to talk about today is reincarnation, which, you know, until I just kind of figured everybody knew. I forgot that not a lot of people believe in it, you know, so we're going to talk a little bit about that today because Tori had mentioned it, and I appreciate it. She gave me some questions to think about, to answer, you know. Hi, Patty. Hi, Kathleen. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Hi, Heather, if I didn't say that. Kathleen. Thank you guys all for joining. You bring sunshine to my days. Patty. Yes, I'm good for you. Okay. I just woke up, so I feel great. Really? Check around 2 a.m. when I'm working still? I'm probably not. Girl, Rebecca, that's gotta be so hard. Oh my gosh. Then you let's live. Patty. Hold on, let me get my list for cards here. No, you guys. Connie says thank you, but you guys should... I was so incredibly impressed. How long did you say it took you to do that one landscape one, the first one you showed me? You guys, I saw that one in my mind. That's the one I saw in my mind first, and then you showed me the others. She did one with an eagle. You guys, when she starts painting angels, it's going to be amazing. Is there something on my face? Oh my God, there is. I have like... Anyways, and I've been feeling frustrated today. So frustrated today, but I'm working through it. Thank you guys all for being here. Hi, Janet. I'll read my list for cards here in a second, and I apologize if I missed anybody because I'm a chatty Cathy. Janet and B. How you doing? How you feeling today, guys? Well, you talk a little bit about ascension symptoms too today. So reincarnation, ascension symptoms, random shiz, like I always do. You need to take care of yourself. I know, but I love my work too. and I have to work really hard. But I'm thinking, I'm like, how do I expand to honestly make more money? Because I do feel like my pure soul and like my kindness and all the things I know from all the years, there's more I can do. And you guys, when I do some of this medical intuitive stuff, and then I look back at some of the stuff Spirit writes, and then I go Google some of the stuff that they write, I'm like, that makes sense. I had no idea, like letters and numbers for health stuff. And I look it up and I'm like, that's the connection there. And then I started reading my Edgar Cayce books again, and I just feel such a calling. So I don't know, I need something different to go by, you know. I need a new moniker. Is that what they're called? Is that what the old timey people said? Soul healer, you have the wonderful ability to make people feel loved and needed. Because everyone should feel that way, you know? Thank you though. Oh my God, thank you. But I wasn't. A couple of months? Well, of course it's not every day. It's when it calls to you. God, Connie, you are an impressive woman. Good for you. Connie and I are related, you know? It's amazing how you find your people, isn't it? Ascension symptoms like crazy. Yeah, weird aches and pains. Well, we got these stupid solar flares too. And don't forget, in Illinois, there was some weird barometric pressure shit. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, I feel like a 90-year-old woman. No offense to anybody who might be 90 or close to it. Thank you, Amanda. I don't even remember what I was asking. Okay, here's my list so far. Nicole. Hi, Brandy. How are you doing? I hope I didn't miss anyone. Brandy. Now, if you guys don't want one, you gotta say, because I definitely put almost everyone on here, I feel. Nicole. My darling. And Amanda. All right. Let's look at the fun news. I don't even remember what it was, but I was like, oh, I want to share this. Anything about Brittany lately, guys? God, Rebecca tickled my brain with something about AI that Rebecca, I read your text like 8 times. I'm like, I still don't get it. You guys, I have clients who talk about AI and like GPT, CPG, something kind of chat GPT. Is that what it is? Is that an AI thing? Anyway, so, but for some reason, just like with the stalker, I can't compute. I can't compute. I don't know why. What does that mean? That I can't compute something? I can't, like algebra. Oh no, my list. Illinois weather stinks. Yeah, it's like, oh, I dropped my daughter off at school one day. I looked and it was like, I was like, oh, you don't need your coat. It's supposed to be 47. And I leave. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I leave and it's a blizzard outside. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like an asshole. I go to pick her up and she's snow everywhere. She got no coat. I hate Illinois. It's machine learning. What does that mean? Chat GPT, that. Hold on, let me get my list. I already lost it. Oh no, guys, I really lost it. Hold on. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna take it out so I don't lose it again. I have all my stuff that I wanted to talk about reincarnation written down. I can't even read my own handwriting. That's why I like to have it typed, but whatever. Okay, you worked for a tech company, B? Did they do AI shit then? Do I not have a pen? Oh, Lord. Okay, well, that's gonna be a problem. Hold on. I can't not have a pen. I'll for sure get confused. Take the short way. Cutting back over. I just made a roundabout here. Speaking of roundabouts, is that what those things in the middle of the road are called? Or a big circle and you have to just take a chance and go? I hate those. Who made those up? That was a terrible idea. So I sent you a video of the girl to watch that talks about chat. Oh, really? Okay, good. I'll have to have a look at that. And asks great questions. Give it a listen. I'm going to, because it's one of the things that I have a really hard time with. I've been really thinking about Abe lately. Anyways, what you get out of AI 100% is a reflection of where you are in life, especially mentally. But what is it? But what is it? But what is it? What is AI? What is it? Hi, Diane. Here's my list so far. Oh, it's just one of those things. I can't, my brain does not compute, just like math with letters and numbers does not compute, you know. My list is as follows for cards today. Michelle, Robin, Liz, Connie, Rebecca, Heather, Kathleen, Patty, Janet, B, Brandy, Nicole, and Amanda. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Also, I had a pen to write the list. Oh, here it is. Just kidding. Loads of consciousness and AI. I have a really, really hard time understanding. Maybe it's because I'm not meant to understand it. Maybe it's because it is a reflection of us and no, I don't have a reflection. I'm a vampire. Is that what it is? Oh God. It allows machine computers to learn and improve from experience. See, I don't like that. What do you mean? Why? We used it in our gunshot detection at my company. That all sounds so fascinating, B. And that nerdy, sciencey side of all the magical life shit. Yeah, science. What is science, you know? What is science? Hi, Chandra. AI is BS. I also believe that. I don't like AI. It makes me very uncomfortable. I'm not a fan. I do believe that robots are a problem, or will be. I know that sounds stupid. I hate it. But, you know, I tell you, if there's going to be a reset like they talk about, which, look, who would know? You know, nobody. Not your Nostradamus, not your damn anybody's going to know that shit. Nobody. Okay? Anyways, but if there is a reset, it's going to be an AI one. I promise you. All right, so let's get on to fun news as I pull cards. I think I'm going to do, what did we ask ourselves? Like, what questions I could ask myself, you know, if I wanted to. I believe more in AI now than I ever did. I believe in it. I just have a problem with it, too. So breaking, you guys, so interesting. Breaking, a possible second measles death has been recorded in the U.S. this year after a New Mexico resident tested positive for the virus following her passing. So time to start putting out the fear mongering. Thank you very much. Second person in all of the U.S. I got the kids their typical vaccines. You know, you like AI? Do you really? Why? Tell me. I must know. I must know. I've seen some creepy AI stuff. Same. Now, I know with all technology, there's going to be good and bad to all of it if you allow it, just like with anything. There is always light and dark, you know? But, so what's the flip side? What's good about it? Then what happens to regular intelligence that's not artificial, you know? Everyone's becoming dumb anyways, you know? You got 5Gs blasting your brain. You got people with their heads in their phones all day long watching dumb reels of people doing the same goddamn dance. Like, if I see another Kendrick Lamar person walking video, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. This is what we do. It's all mindless here. That's why I say you guys got to read. You got to stay sharp. You want to live a long life and you not have your brain turn to confusion and mush. You got to exercise it. You got to do the right things. I think AI might be the separation between new and older shit. Well, that all comes in a lot of different ways and a lot of different people with a lot of different paths. Not everything's the same. I definitely believe that is one part of it. I believe a lot of it, too, is truths being exposed and who sees them and who doesn't. It's also our level of perception and consciousness. It's so many things. Nothing is just one thing. Everything is so complicated. Everything. But that's because it's infinite. Yeah, if it was one written script, super simple every time, again, we're going to talk about reincarnation, it wouldn't be as useful for our growth as it is, you know? Part of it too. Do you? I don't remember what that was. I don't remember. Anyways, all right, so on to Michelle's card. So questions we should ask ourselves and other fun news before we get onto reincarnation. Now, get ready. I'm going to talk about reincarnation, and then I want you guys to ask any interesting questions you may have after I talk about it, or during, or whatever. So, also in fun news, I'd be so bent if this happened on my flight to a vacation, but passengers on a Southwest Airlines flight were confronted by an unexpected sight Monday. A woman took off her clothes inside the plane and walked up and down the aisle. Hopefully there was no children present. How effing insane. Thank you, Rebecca. I don't remember what it was, but when I listen back, I will. All right. So, and the disgusting OnlyFans star Lily Phillips this is what we do. We put this out there. Everybody reads it. Oh my God, you know, whatever. But this is just to show you the dumbing down of society, the lack of morals and values. We look to people who really don't have actual shit to give, meaningful stuff with substance. We look to this shit. Earth is wild to me. It's so wild. I have a vision AI is used to run the world, and we are able to have free living and are free to live in. Oh, Diane, that is a wonderful thing to, wow, that could be. But then what would be the point of coming to Earth? Then we go to no, we're only earthbound spirits. So, well, who knows? But I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That is an interesting concept. I'll think about that more. And then I'm going to ask my pendulum. So it's a reset. See, just a different kind. Anyways, but so she is now going to head on over to the nursing home. So lock up your grandpas for her next stunt. Don't even listen to what I said. My daughter's here. Anyway, so she's heading on over to the nursing home. Line up grandpas. She's looking to break records. Disgusting. Her root chakra is probably just black hole sun. I think the problem I see with it is Kids being taught that AI is smarter than humans because I could disagree more with that statement. Really? That's interesting. Interesting. Current ascension symptoms. Anyone feeling like garbage? Body aches. Yes. If you guys are feeling these, fatigue and exhaustion, same. But again, I honor the fact that my job is so challenging and I work 7 days a week doing something that is, it takes so much of my emotional, physical energy and strength because it does give me strength. It's hard to explain the dynamic with how I feel in my work. It really is. Because it's hard, but it's amazing. You know, it's hard because I feel everything everyone feels. Spirit feels, the people I'm talking to, how they feel. You know, so nausea, yes, so much for like, and a lot of people, nausea for, I'd say now going on 5-6 days at least. So, thank you guys for sharing all your opinions on stuff. This is where I continue to expand. You guys share stuff with me, and this is another reason why I love and appreciate you so much. You share stuff with me, and it gets my brain thinking, and I love to think you know that. So, emotional releases. Anyone? Emotional releases. I think the only thing that I had building up inside of me was a little bit of anger, and I do feel that coming to the surface. But I did not have any crazy driving situations today. I maintained a good following distance, even though people were going 10 under the speed limit. I was like, you know what? I'm not in the place right now to drive like an asshole. I'm just going to sit back. Your generation. I'm all about being things positive and whatever, but some stuff is just, generations are over-sexualized and I don't like it. It's just going to get worse. I mean, look at even just from the early 1900s to now. Look at it. But this is where I believe all this shit is established to take away from our true spiritual selves, you know? Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't cover up super well when I was younger, you know, but I just have learned and grown to understand, like with my spiritual self, that all of this does not matter, you know, for me. And I like to now dress very conservative because that's where I feel comfortable, you know, so, and everyone's different. But when we promote, just like there was a float that was a giant chick in a bikini with her boobs hanging on it, when we promote sexuality like that so much to the youth especially, it's just going to get worse. You got, who showed up on the red carpet with pasties? Look at these people in Hollywood. Pasties and shit. All that. I'm like, what are we doing? This is the example we're setting for our kids, the future generations. So I have a problem with that. My ears started ringing so loud. I don't remember what he said. First time watching. Oh, well, thank you for being here. If they can create AI, then let's take those minds and come up with healing for mental illness. That's what I say. There's so much we can do. Then why are we not gearing it towards maybe some of the other shit? Look, we can go to Mars and shit. If we're going to Mars, can't we do some other shit here? I feel like we could, you know? I feel like we could, for sure. Other ascension symptoms, besides feeling like you want to throw up all the time, is emotional releases and synchronicities. Anybody? Headaches? Not having those, surprisingly. Lil Kim started the pasties in 98, and now they're walking the red carpet. I know. But once upon a time, women wore those in the bedroom only sometimes. Headaches. Dizziness. Anyone? Not me, but my eyes feel like they keep changing. Like I have to blink and then like look because they feel weird. Yeah. Soon they'll have AI strippers. What they have? Okay, they have like robot sex dolls now. You know, not just the regular ones. There's ones that can talk and do other stuff. That shit is weird. So weird. Ugh. And probably not hygienic, I would assume, but I don't know. It's so nasty. Hi, Leah. Text you back. Did you get my text? Hi, John Kelly. Okay, so onto Michelle's card. Just chat this whole time. Onto Michelle's card. So. And I don't have time for more cards today. Fabulous, actually, I shouldn't do any cards, but I'm going to do them. Just came to check out my kids' grandkids a little bit. Aww. Sending lots of love. Feeling hard over the week. Yeah, me too. About over a week. Same. So I'm like, one day I'm going to feel so full of energy. I mean, I keep waiting all of my life for that day, but I can't imagine how amazing I'm going to feel, though, when I go back to heaven one day, because I'm going to be at my true frequency, not this low, gross, dense experience. You know what I mean? Yeah, strippers. I heard it all now. That's what did it. So there's so much more to come, I'm sure. Hi, Chris. All right, so ascension symptoms are physical, emotional, mental shifts that occur as you raise your vibrational frequency, friends, and expand your consciousness. We are not limited. We are not limited by the ego. We are not limited by ourselves. We're not limited by the people around us in life situations. We are not limited. We are unlimited souls. Again, we're going to talk about reincarnation. That's my spirit guides to come to me in my dream, and they did. Really awesome. I love that. Practicing that free will. Amazing. Then they come. when you guys keep opening, when you work on your mindfulness, I always say that comes first. Work on your mindfulness. You become a clear conduit for that shit, you know? And then you receive and you ask and you receive, and then you trust and you receive more. You keep asking. You put in the work, right? You live in gratitude. You're a good person. You help others. You care, you know? But you also care about your damn self. My vibration's currently in Japanese garden. Really? Makes me think about past lives that you said that. Interesting. Seeing 333 all day. Well, ascension symptom. Love it. All right, so Michelle, what boundaries need to be created or strengthened within your relationships? So to create more healthy boundaries, we must get in tune first with our own needs, desires, and feelings and believe we are worthy of them. Amen. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and then where you begin. Oh, that's deep. That was Michelle. Okay, so on to Robin. I have 2 pens. Well, a pen and a marker. All right. Now moving on. Reincarnation. Does anyone not believe in reincarnation? I'm curious. Hi, Patty. How are you doing? So, fun news also, cloud seeding program in Colorado aims to boost moisture on Front Range and Eastern Plains. Hopefully, nobody here lives like, well, anywhere. Lives in flood zones. I don't trust the government. I do trust the government, and I love them so much. I'm going to download this immediately. Anyways, soursop leaves are supposedly 10,000 times stronger than other forms of treatment for some cancers. And I'm going to skip that one because I don't care about it. The safe injectable amount of mercury is 0. So injecting mercury, the safe amount is 0. Having none. The flu shot contains 25 mcgs of mercury. Why is everyone getting dementia and Alzheimer's and all this shit? You pair that stuff. Mercury, 5G, they're lowering the towers. It all sounds crazy, right? I'll post the warning sign that's on the side of them. You guys can see for yourself. It's crazy. All right. Moving on to Robin. So, Robin, who can you serve? Who can you serve today? In a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, amen. Small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impacts. So, shift your focus and focus on yourself and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in service to others. I think I want a church. That's where I've landed. I thought about that today because I turned around in the parking lot of a small old church and I was like, I think I want a church. How do I get one, guys? I am a minister. How do I get a church? That's what I want. Goal for 2025, get me a church. And obviously money. Anyways, alrighty, so moving on to, that was Robin, on to Liz. Mercury. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. publicly calls out 5G, claiming that he wants to regulate it better as it disrupts the blood-brain barrier and causes the C word. That's what they say. That's what they say. Everything around us can make us sick. All right, now let's get on to reincarnation. Here's some fun things about reincarnation. We kind of bounce all over because I have them written down and I have some stuff on here as well. What is reincarnation? Hi, Robin. Oh, you're welcome, Robin. I'm not glitching as much as I normally do, so that's good. All right. Did you guys hear anything new about what's going on with the JFK MLK files? Is that going to be like an Epstein letdown? I hope not. Prayers of churches in your future. Thank you. Old churches are creepy to me. I love them. The smell of them, all the ghosts inside. God, this sounds amazing to me. I want one so bad. There's a live video that I keep scrolling on top, and it's freaking bald eagle with babies hatching. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I've been watching. The babies hatched already. Is there another one? I already saw the babies. A little further ahead. Anyways, so blah, blah, blah. Been listening to brown noise during sleep time, which I will share with you the benefits of that tomorrow if I'm able to come on, if not the following day. What is today? Thursday. So we're going to start with reincarnation, my list. I'm getting all over the place. I keep scrolling on to. Yeah, the birds were born, hatched. Sharks lay eggs. Because it's a fish then, not a mammal. But dolphins are mammals. Who came up with this shit? Anyways, do you guys ever think about that? Do you think about how weird Earth is? Do you guys think about things like that? Am I the only one who, like, during the day, I'll just think of something, I'll be like, it's so weird. Why? What? Like, where's all the bones? That is weird to me. All the thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Every time we're building a new subdivision or some shit, we're not finding mountains of bones. Where's all the goddamn bones? Do you believe in Noah's Ark? I just got two of every animal. Just it sounds as ridiculous as Adam and Eve to me. Dolphins are magical. Yeah, you're not allowed to communicate with them, though. Go look up that on some federal website. You're not allowed. There's a law. I've been sleeping with brown noise for the past year. Me too. Well, not the past year, but me too. Hi, Marissa. Dolphins are magical. Yes, I said that all the freaking time. Love that so much. Okay, so let's look at reincarnation. So I guess we'll talk first about what reincarnation is. I can't just assume everybody knows what it is. As I get into Liz's card. Okay, Liz. Liz, so if you had a magic wand and could have anything you desired in life, what would you choose? Ooh, the pit of my stomach just dropped. Is my stalker here? Can you guys tell who's watching? I can't. If you can you screenshot? No, I'm just kidding. If I had a magic wand and could have anything I desired in life, what would I choose? So let's have a look-see. Burn with desire, darling. Yes, everyone should. Find a passion. Find a passion. Check out my page, Kristen. I posted some big koi fish. Your page? Like on Facebook? Okay. I probably would love it. Thank you. Burn with desire. So there's power in your desires. There's power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today and all days moving forward. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it's time to take flight. Amen. Brown and green noise. I haven't listened to green noise, but I do like the brown noise. I was listening to white noise, but that one kind of creeps me out sometimes. You know? Just like it makes me think of the movie White Noise. And I'm just like, and then I think of, oh God, what's the one with the girl that passed away with the TV and the static? That one. Poltergeist, yeah? Oh my God. I know I cry on the inside whenever the story about the researcher in the 60s that fell in love with the dolphin. Whoa, what do you mean fell in love? Like, oh, I love my dolphin friend or more. Okay, Tori, have a wonderful day. I wanted to show you, I painted an Archangel Michael, but I didn't finish his face, but I painted this. I also didn't finish the demon's head at all because I was just like, I think I'm going to make him into a rock. I'm not finished yet. Anyways, white is really high-pitched, right? Why have I never heard anything but white noise? I know. I didn't know about other ones until I went to Nashville, and I had to look for something to put on because I didn't have fans to blow in my face. So I needed to find something that sounded like a fan, and that's what I stumbled upon. Anyway, so reincarnation is the belief that a person's soul or spirit is reborn. I got this off the web, and I'm going to share my take on a lot of this stuff. So into a new body after death. It's also known, I hate that word. It's also known as the rebirth or transmigration. Is it? Thank you. Oh yeah, that lady would let the dolphin bone her. Shut your mouth. No, you're lying. I don't believe you. Nope, don't believe you. I'm going to erase that from my brain right now. You're kidding. Wait, they have wieners. Excuse me? What do they look like? Should I Google? Is that going to be weird? You've never heard about that? No! She was trying to teach the dolphin words. Or how have you guys never shared this? We talked about dolphins being aliens on here before. That would have been a perfect time for somebody to bring that. Nothing, honey. So somebody bring that to my attention. You guys, anybody who's joining now, Connie just complimented the Archangel Michael I painted, but you guys should see her painting. It is incredible. Yes. Anyway, I'm sitting on my foot too long. That's the problem with sitting in here is that I always sit on my foot. Now I feel too short. Okay, anyways, moving on. So the soul is immortal. So here's the beliefs, is that the soul is immortal and doesn't die when the body does. Also correct. But the soul is reborn into a new body based on the actions of the previous life. I mean, technically, but it's not like written out like, well, you did this shitty, so now you're going to have to go do that again. No, your higher self in heaven, when you go back, is going to want to do it again and maybe make it a little more challenging, or maybe go, you know what, it was really hard for me. I know that I'm going there for like my soul's ascension and stuff, but I'm going to write it just a little easier for myself next time and adjust it a little bit. You know, nothing is written in stone, but the one thing I will say, there is no sense of judgment from some higher power. There is judgment of yourself. There is talking with your family and your soul group and your loved ones when you return about all of it, you know. God, I'm going to Google it. I'm going to Google it. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on a second. Lady who fell in love. Fell in a sinkhole. Oh, with the dolphin. Here it is. Jeez. The dolphin who loved me, the NASA... Of course, it's a NASA-funded project. That explains everything.
Heard of that.
You've heard of this?
Yes.
You're 11. Oh, my God. Okay. Go to your room. Can't listen anymore. Hi, Jessica. Business briefs. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this here? I just clicked the link. Oh, wow. She is a whole person. Shh. Oh, this is a whole article. Okay, I will read that after. No way. Yeah, mermaid babies. Maybe, Robin. That's insane. What? This world is so bizarre. And look. Oh, maybe she's a dolphin reincarnated or some shit. You know, no, we always incarnate with the same phylum, always. And we're always earthbound for now. You know, occasionally you can choose to go to other whatever they are, you know, but we're earthbound spirits. We're human spirits. So everybody's aware of that. Like, so this is one of the things we're going to talk about in reincarnation. Some of the stuff I was just, because I like to look at other things to get perspective. It's like belief that you can be reincarnated as other things. Like you can be reincarnated as a cucumber. And I was like, are you shitting me? Like, if I didn't know what I know, I would almost go, I could get with the idea of me coming back as a squirrel or some shit. But no. So insane. 333. I saw 444, which I loved, and I screenshot. And I got my blue jay in the background. The live just took a turn. Yes, and thank you for sharing that, though. I need that. I need that kind of information to go, what the hell is with Earth? Earth is weird. I don't belong here. But I'm here for a reason. Leah's dying over there. Oh my God. I appreciate you guys. Isn't it super illegal? Is it different if it's in the ocean though? That's like a whole different, who's got the regulations on the ocean? Got to talk to the people who banned that. That's probably why it was banned. See? Is that why it's banned? Does anybody know? Is that why communicating with dolphins is banned? Oh my dog. Tell me it is. Tell me it is. I am going to need somebody else to Google that so I can get onto these other things. Wow. Every time I hear more shit about Earth. Anyways, it would be a cute little squirrel. I would hope that somebody would take me in and give me a little raincoat and a picnic table. Or does it matter by state? I think it does. Sadly, I believe it does. But, oh, let's go. Turn this whole live feed into... I'm not going to Google it right now. If you guys want to share facts, you can. But anyways, moving on. So that was Liz, right? On to Connie. Liz, I did yours, correct? On to Connie. That's why you mentioned it, but is that why? For sure? Oh, man. What? Somebody in Congress or whatever the shit was like, what the hell's going on here? That's it. I forbid anybody to talk to a dolphin ever again. Oh, my God. That was so insane. Okay, thank you, Liz. All right, so on to Connie and other things. Reincarnation. So you can be born, here, beliefs. The soul may be reborn as human, animal, or a spiritual being. No, again, same phylum. Like angels can't come back and be, well, they can, but you can't be an angel. It's a different phylum. They're, you know, messengers and workers of God. It's different. We are human souls. It's a different level of creation. All right. So, also the soul may be reborn into different form of life, such as a vegetable. See? I told you, this is just from Google because I wanted to see what was being said about this shit out there. And I was like, no. So any Joe Schmo who's like, reincarnation, let me look that up, and goes, is reincarnation real? Or what is reincarnation? I think that's what I put in. And they go to see this and be like, oh no, I'm going to be destined to be a potato in my next life. You know, what the shit? That doesn't happen. It doesn't. I want you all to rest assured that when your physical meat vehicle no longer functions, that you're going to cease to exist here on this physical, tangible, fake experience of Earth, right? It's real right now, right? But it's an illusion. And then we're going to go back to home, and then we're going to review our life path, right? After we're greeted by our loved ones and everything else. However, we wrote to be greeted, so it was most comfortable for us, right? we're going to go to our life review and we're going to look at all the shit. And believe me, there's going to be things that you're going to want to come back to do again, because again, you are not a confined container here. You know, you're an infinite being. So when we're in heaven and we're on the other side again, we feel safe. We're at home, but eventually we're going to want to come back, whether right away in a little, it doesn't matter. Everyone's choice is different. Just like whether you like Pepsi or Coke here on Earth, you know, how are you going to be doing things moving forward? How are you going to process the things you did here, experienced? Are you going to give yourself compassion? I mean, all these different things when we cross over. And then when we're ready to come back, we sit with our soul group, right? And we work on our next life chart that we write for ourselves. And this is where deja vu comes into, can you make less noise, please?
What?
Less noise. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay. Thank you. I was just guessing. No shit. So it's not a fact. Can anyone confirm or deny that? It's good to, okay. So, well, now I know how mermaids are born. I'm being serious. Maybe. And then their purses get stuck in a shark until they fall out and create a baby shark. Mermaid's purse. How weird. Coke lover. I like, well, I'm a Dr. Pepper person. Diet Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero is my favorite, but they have other flavors, but I'm not drinking soda anymore. Here, let me drink my orange juice with black seed oil because I didn't get to have it this morning. I've been so busy. It's been so hard. Anyway, so reincarnation. I don't know how anybody can't believe it, honestly, but not everyone's me. Not everyone's people who believe in it. So reincarnation in different religions can look like Hinduism, a central tenet of Hinduism, Buddhism, in Sikhism, ancient Greece, some historical figures such as some of these people, Socrates, Plato, believed in reincarnation, and some pagan religions and shit like that. So reincarnation, I just can't believe it's not something that's just like, see, I also believe that we're suppressed here and we are connected from ourself and source and our higher self. And it's all part of this experience to live, to learn, to grow, to ascend, all these things, right? I'm not coming back. You will. I promise. You're going to come back. I promise you. You will all come back by choice. A lot of you. It's crazy, right? I know. I used to say it all the time too. I used to say it all the time. I'm never coming back. This is terrible. I'm not coming back. When I go, I'm going to stay. And now I look and I go, I can't wait till the next time I can come. And my life wasn't easy. It's not easy, you know, but I can't wait to have this part of this experience with my love for myself and my love and connection to others. It is so incredibly fulfilling. And that's why I talk so much about everyone getting to that place. It's so important to me that everyone feels that inner peace, you know, and mindfulness and connection to spirit. It's so important. I know for sure as a male at least once would explain my very balanced masculine feminine. Yeah, what, Nicole? It is very much a good observation. So somebody said, what does Jesus say about reincarnation? How do we know if we are reincarnated? We're going to talk about some of those ways, right? But here's what Google said. Jesus did not teach reincarnation, which is contrary to the Bible's teachings. Instead, the Bible teaches that people live once and after death, their spiritual essence goes to another place, which it does. Could you imagine living eternity in one place? How insane. How insane. You know, I even look here, and that's why it's so incredible to me that we can keep coming back and doing a different life experience, or a different life experience that is similar to past ones, or a completely new, insane life experience. You know, a lot of them will carry over a lot of your traits, though. That's why a lot of people who don't get in touch with their past lives or like their passions and stuff, a part of them feels unwhole, you know. I hope I make better choices next time, right? And that's the thing too, is part of this experience is making shitty choices sometimes and then learning and growing from that. Or the flip side is people don't. And they get stuck and they want to come back and do the same things over again and again. Sometimes write them a little bit easier, sometimes write them harder, you know, it's just different lessons. And what I say is like, there's also it's hard to understand the limitlessness of eternity, right? And lives. And we want to break it up a little bit and come back here. Sometimes we're needed. Sometimes we're bored. Sometimes somebody we love needs us, you know? Sometimes there's connections that we all decide to make together as part of a collective. There's so many things. I'll wait till I find a timeline where John Lennon is president. Have you heard any conspiracies about him? Yeah, I don't know, man. I want to come back when I'm president or married to a president. No, I never want to be married ever again. Ever. All right. So moving on, did Jesus teach about it? Well, there's conflicting information there. All right, so let's look at our signs of reincarnation. How can we tap into figuring out our past lives? Well, here, I'm going to show you some ways. Here's one of the biggest things is trusting ourselves. And again, we've lived our whole lives being told all this shit's bullshit. You know, if it's not tangible, it ain't real. If you ain't got scientific proof, it ain't real. Well, and that's why I love this shit, is because I am regular Kristen who's been through so much shit in life, you know, and I am able to sit and be part of the sessions that I am a part of every single day. So I have a solid foundation in spirit. There's no way I can explain any of this shit. There's no way, guys. There's no way. So I have a very, very solid foundation in my spirit work, and myself, and what happens when we cross away here. Cross over, whatever, go home. What I did was reflect on what I was interested in as a child and intuition. It's a good way too. I hope we all make better choices and the world is a much better place. Yeah, I'm comfortable with the fact. I would like it to be better. I believe it's going to be better. There's the potential for it to be better. There is always the potential for it to be worse. But again, we've talked about this, is our level of perception and how we're viewing the world. And I view the world as just getting better. I do. I don't sit in negativity. I don't worry about shit, anything like that. So I live positive. I live grateful. I understand that I am human. There's going to be challenges within myself and the world around me, you know, and I will handle them with grace and shit like that. So, yes, Doug, hold on. So, yes, actually, I'll address these as you guys ask them. So, are birthmarks really a sign of reincarnation? They can be, absolutely. So, a good example would be like a birthmark from an injury in a past life. A lot of the time, one that took your life. Unhealed trauma. I have one that's kind of like a constellation. So, I find that interesting. But yes, very much so. Kind of like with my irrational fear of heights. I say irrational because nothing has ever happened to me that I'd be deathly afraid of. So I chalk it up to the past life, probably Salem. Witch train. Yeah, thrown off a cliff or something. Yeah, I definitely... so fears and phobias are one of them. But, okay, so feel like Earth isn't home. So I know we're all reincarnated here, guys, just so you know. Like, you guys we're all living many lifetimes. But anyways, affinity for certain periods of time. I talk about it all the time. I have a bullet from Washington's arsenal in my curio cabinet from the Civil War era. But anyways, so that is my period of time where I go back to. Oh, and it's so intense for me. But anyway, so a draw to a certain period of time. If you have a draw to a certain period of time, or a detest, same goes for a lot of different things. You got to look inward and go, you know, like, what do you like? Do you like Parisian decor? You know, do you like, I mean, I took French. I always liked Parisian decor. That's why I'm using this as an example, you know. So I had an affinity for learning about Allan Kardec and, you know, and all that stuff, which very much tied me to France. So I honor that as one of my past lives too. Has a birthmark on her neck. Does she? Oof. Interesting. All right, so out of place members, and feel free to ask if you have any other ones. I feel like I have a whole list here, but let's look. So, reoccurring dreams. I can barely read my handwriting though. Reoccurring dreams. Anyone? Or dreams that are being murdered or something? Anyone? Does anybody else have those? But like a different time period, or like I have one that I'll never forget. This dream is that I was in the back, and it was in the dark, and I'll share it with you guys. Back of a station wagon, but like it was one of those ones, I couldn't tell if it was like a green color or what, but it was the ones with the wood paneling on the side, and it had a door that opened like this in the back. So anyways, I was laying in the back of this, and it was nighttime, and I could tell there was like trees and stuff, and then I was laying there, and I was tied up at my hands and my ankles, and I remember, like, if I looked up, like, you know, and forward, because there was no seats up, I feel, or no seats, but anyways, if I could look up and forward, I could see the person sitting in the driver's seat. And then when he put the car into park and got out and then came back and opened the door and grabbed my ankles and pulled me on, that's the last thing I remember. Is that weird? Anyways, being followed, no way. Being followed. Forgot what I Have you seen where the Eiffel Tower is really an old free energy tower? Yeah, life used to be better, but our age expectancy was only like 35 back in the day, right? So weird. Can we find balance here? Anyways, moving on. Wait, did I do Connie? I bet I didn't. Shit, sorry, Connie. I got hung up on that one. It took forever. I can't remember my locker combination in high school. I've had that one, except for I remember my locker combination. I'm just opening it. I think it was 26, 34, 26, some shit like that. I've had reoccurring dreams of falling. You wake up before you hit the ground and go splat. I trip on curbs and I wake up and I'm like, oh my God. Like, what an abrupt fall from a curb, you know? Is it easier when we come back? If we want it to be. If we want it to be. You guys got to remember, we are souls who have lived so many lifetimes and we're ascended. And on the other side, it's different. We're not living in this whole, this is the only thing we have moment, you know, that earth, this tangible experience is what we have. And when we cross over, it's over. No, we are eternal beings who have none of this shit that's bad in heaven. We come here to experience it, to learn and to grow. It's wild. I know it's crazy, but going back to high school, me too. And I'm going back to cheerleading and I'm so excited about it, but half of my uniform is always missing. Half of my uniform is always missing. So I can't be in the game, whether it's my socks, my skirt, doesn't matter. So weird. But what happened in high school? So I go back and I look at what part of me did I lose in high school that I need to re-find, you know, to complete myself. That's how I look at it. So that's where I look and I go, a lot of these dreams that connect us to other things, there's always meaning in it, you know. 31, 10, 33. Oh, you remember yours? I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Anyways, on to Connie. So, right, Connie? No? Okay, thank you. So where can I create more space? Oh, that is a good question to ask yourself. Where can I create more space? So instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home for painting, your mind, if you're in that part, your lungs and your heart. Take time to breathe, but make sure to take time to just be Connie, in Connie's place, with Connie's thoughts. So have the same birthmark on their legs. I always found that interesting. Really? Soul family. Weird. That's weird. Really? The same mark on their... I bet it's like almost like a branding, yeah? That's interesting. I hated high school, so I'm not going back there at all. I for sure hated high school. High school was terrible. Middle school was terrible. Grade school was cool. You know? But I lost my footing in life about age 14, and it was until 39 then I finally was like, okay, yeah, I'm deserving. I'm changing my life. I'm doing the hardest shit ever, and I'm gonna live, you know. Not going back there at all. I have been to my high school many times in my dreams, and I'm just like, why am I here? And then I look at that and I go, I know why, and I go back to times, you know. Make time for Connie. Okay, now I remember I did do Connie. See, it takes me a second. If I allowed myself just a little more time to process thoughts, I'd probably do better. Rebecca. Welcome, darling. Felt I was a doctor in a past life. Ooh, I love that. Do you feel you're very intuitive? My daughter has the same birthmark as me, so does one of my twin granddaughters. No shit, is it in the same place? Same place, same birthmark? What's the weirdest shaped birthmark you have, guys? Does anybody have one that looks like a face? Yeah, they look like stars. Yeah. What are we talking about? What do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams, Rebecca? So, question to ask yourself, how does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you are worthy? Do you believe you are capable? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? Always confuses me, but whatever. Money is an energy. It ebbs and flows. You are worthy of it, and it's your responsibility to heal your relationships with money as part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose here. Whew, that's interesting. Same place. Really? But not the same shape, which is, wait, both? Same place, same shape. That's interesting. Spiritual branding. Yeah? All right, on to Heather. So affinity for certain periods of time. Also aches and pains, guys, by the way. Aches and pains can very well be present from other lifetimes now in the realm of energy. It doesn't have to be a physical injury that is carried over, although it could be. It's very much a lot of the time trauma, sadness-based, that kind of shit. The low vibrational stuff that carries over that we need to relearn from. Looks like a boho. Yeah, that. So, isn't that fascinating? You think about that. And here, I'll say this. Dr. Brian Weiss, if you want to read more about reincarnation, I read a couple of his books years ago, and I talk about this, but I went to see somebody who was trained by Dr. Brian Weiss in Mundelein, and it was an interesting experience, but Dr. Brian Weiss is like the guy to learn about reincarnation, you know? All right, so your niece has a heart? Really? Is she super sweet? Spiritual branding. I mean, I have a constellation. Guys, anybody else? A heart? Although I don't like check out my whole body, you know? Does anyone? We should. Anyways, so moving on to Heather. And other ways we can tell. And feel free to throw questions at me about reincarnation. Feel free. So, experiencing deja vu, a sign you've lived many, many lifetimes before. Again, to me, deja vu, whenever I experience it, I go, oh, I'm remembering a part of my path I wrote for myself, my chart, my life path, whatever I want to call it. Remember, I sat in heaven on the other side, whatever you want to call it, with all of the same soul group, and we wrote this experience together. You and I did, guys. You know, we all did. We take a lot of, remember, infinite time. We take time to write these. Now, some of us choose sometimes before we even come here, like if you F it up so bad, you're reborn automatically. I mean, there's so many different clauses and we all write it differently, you know? So it's quite fascinating. I want you guys to ask me any questions you may have because when you guys ask me questions, it helps me to think of that and then give you an answer. Because sometimes it's hard for me to think about what people want to know because this stuff is reality to me, you know? Makes sense because my neck was hurting the other day. And the retreat, and I'm like, I'm speaking my truth, literally always and unapologetically. So it's got to be something I'm also healing from. And yeah, I like that you brought your attention to that in a past life. Yep, that's right. All right. Have you ever had a dream that you were in heaven visiting loved ones? You know, it's crazy. No. Well, no. I won't. I will say I don't have a lot of dreams that I remember that are like personal dreams. They're usually like traveling to government facilities and stuff, but and underground bunkers that contain children. But I had visit dreams with my grandmother when she passed to say goodbye. I remember that like it was yesterday, and I was very young. But I did visit my grandpa in heaven, and it was not too long ago. He passed when I was very young as well, but. And I was always wondering like why I hadn't connected with him, and I was in heaven and he showed me around his place there. But I don't think I go there much. How are you assigned to your parents? Assigned, or do you guys choose that stuff together? We don't get assigned. We choose all of it down to our birthday. Down to our birthday. Why I picked the day after Jesus, I don't know. But I did. You know? Was he young? My mom's parents were both very young when they passed. They were in their early mid-50s. You know? But no, he didn't show himself to me young, and I understand why he didn't. You know? So, but spirit will show themselves however, if it's how you feel most comfortable seeing them, if they haven't gone through all of the review and healing process. Sometimes they'll still show themselves looking how they did when they passed. It depends. A lot of people with addictions and things like that take a little longer to adjust. You know, it doesn't mean they're not happy in heaven and stuff, but there's this thing I like to call a spiritual rehab where we go and we really do a more in-depth life review and, you know, begin our healing process before we write our next path, you know. I feel like my past life from Holly, and I'll go back and read some of these when I'm done. Is it possible to be reincarnated within like 30 years? I feel really connected to the 50s. I feel so grossed out by the 50s. That's weird. Do you like mid-century modern furniture too? Did you murder me in the 50s? I always felt that. Not about you, but just in general. I've been going to a coliseum though, guys, and I'll tell you this. There's always kids running around there. There's not like a real event, but it's a coliseum. Like not an old-timey one either. So I guess you would say like, what's it called? A place where they play like basketball, like, why can't I think of it? Or like football, but without the football fields. Chris, know what I mean? Is it a coliseum? I feel like my past life from Hollywood has some purpose behind it. I figured that's why I understand Hollywood and politics so well. I've always had, yeah, do you feel connected to the 60s at all though, Rebecca? intuitive in those topics without doing research. Yeah, that's interesting. See? So you're connected to that. I love that. Yeah, you saw your dad in heaven and he showed you around. I love that so much. You guys, sometimes you just got to ask your loved ones to help you with this. That's all. And you got to be open to receiving that. And we've got to work through all the clutter in our mind and stuff. It's some of us, it comes naturally, but life can always get in the way of this life experience. I just love old movies and music. I know, I'm teasing you, B. I don't think you would. You're the sweetest soul. But no, I have a detest for I don't know, like all the furniture, the music. I'm like, ugh. Wait, is that, what years was it with the station wagons with the wood paneling on the side? Anybody know? Anyways, so I don't feel like it was that time, but it makes me feel like throwing up when I think about it. So, past lives. So yeah, different mental things or physical things can carry over from other lifetimes until we finally heal. Yeah? Things associated with it from the 50s. Oh, from the 50s. Do you really? I like the, no. See, I'm just more the late 1800s, late 1800s into the 1900s than I was obsessed with the 70s when I was in high school. But then, you know, I discovered that American Airlines Flight 191 crash in 1979. That's coming up in May, I feel. Do I meet people on a personal level? Oh, honey, that's my full-time job. So I am a professional psychic, medium, medical, intuitive, soul coach, all kinds of shit. I do Zoom, I do in person. I'm in Northern Illinois, but these are me connecting with my people, and we talk about all kinds of stuff. 40s in Hollywood, my session, which is what I've said to my friend before, and that they passed in the 80s, so I think it covers all those decades. Interesting. Pretty sure I figured out who it was, and they were married to someone in politics. No shit, Rebecca. That's interesting. Pardon my swearing. All right, guys. So fears and phobias. Again, that is something that can carry over from a past life. I'm terrified of bridges. So maybe I was on London bridges when it was falling down. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. But I don't like bridges. They're terrifying. I cannot. I mean, I would have a freaking... I would lose my shit if I had to drive to, like, what is it? What's it in Florida? Is it Key West? What is the one where you got to drive over that giant bridge just over the ocean? I have nightmares about that shit all the time. Where I'm driving in a car, like, just big. The road's just big enough for my car. And if I sneeze, I'm going over into the ocean, you know? Anyways. All right, so moving on. Out of place memories, like the one where I was murdered in the station wagon I shared with you guys not too long ago. Okay. Loving to be alone, sign of a previous lifetime. You guys, again, we've all lived many lifetimes before. Many. None of us are newbies here. You know, we came to this time, this very important time for a reason. And that's to see truths, to raise the collective, to find ourselves, embrace our passions, share them with others, connect. That shit's important. I was given one tip, and it connects to Michael Jackson too, because we were talking about him in that session. No shit, were we? Michael Jackson? You guys believe that we're new people all the time? Was Michael Jackson murdered? Yes or no? Your son was afraid of bridges? Yeah, right? Maybe somebody chucked me over a bridge. Maybe I just fell. Who knows? Anyways, so we like to be alone. We also, as I get onto Heather's card finally, we like to be alone. Also, a lot of us are empaths. You guys, I bought this shirt. I washed it. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like it smells like an attic still. I didn't use tea tree oil, so. I did Sylvia Brown's Spirit Guide book. I was taken to the cabana on a beach, and everyone I knew and the people I didn't were this cabana, and it was an interesting experience. I'll never forget. Was that a dream? Or real life? I believe he faked his death. Do you? I'm telling you, where's my concert with Tupac and Michael Jackson and Britney Spears? All of them making a comeback. Anyways, I think he passed in 82, and it was the first clone. No shit. Who are we talking about again? You guys know that. I forget shit easily. See, I feel like Anyways. So, am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up to my life, Heather? So, you are the asset, darling. This is your body. Your body is your vehicle. So, notice how your body is feeling, how your body is feeling. How much sleep you're getting, and what you can do to help your body to rest, even from stress. Oh, Michael Jackson passed in 82? Wait, what? Oh, I understand now. You believe Michael Jackson passed in 82, and he was the clone, and he came back as Michael Jackson, and then they took them out? Did I take that on a different place? I don't know. All right. Out-of-body experience. Cool, Tammy. I love that. On to Kathleen. Other ways you can tell you've had a previous lifetime. So again, a very big draw to certain periods of time and certain, let's say, decorations or even like way of dress and stuff like that. Like I'm telling you, I wish we all could wear Victorian clothing again, but I don't think that's going to make a comeback, although Mom Jeans did, so that was surprising. All right. How can I be more flexible right now, Kathleen? How can you be more flexible, darling? So that is a question you should ask yourself. Now, let's see. What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Yes, that's a good idea. Let love move through you today and always, and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Amen. Amen. I love that. On to Patty. So signs of past life. Want to visit certain places. Feel really drawn to certain places. You know. I find Florida history interesting, but more so, I do like Illinois history as much as I hate Illinois. Tennessee, I like all the Civil War history, actually, all of it, all the places, which is everywhere. You know, I never shared that I found a video last year of Michael Jackson's sketches, and he drew himself as a reptilian person, and it was around the time I believe he was switched to what? Excuse me? Did you share it? Get out of town. That's what people say. Want to visit certain places you are attracted to. Feel a strong desire. Like, I want to go to Augusta, Georgia. Where can I ask for more help in my life? So where can I ask for more help? Patty. Until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart, right? So when we attach judgment to receiving help, we know knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. That is a quote by Breen Braun, and basically that's about making sure you take care of yourself first. So today, ask someone for help and receive it with an open heart. Now, because it's late in the day, maybe do it tomorrow, yeah? All right, so that was for Patty. On to Janet. Into collective cards, I got Janet, Bea, Brandy, Nicole, and Amanda. So we enjoy deep conversations. Those of us who have lived many lifetimes before, we don't like surface level shit. It is boring. I don't want to talk about what happened, you know, what do people talk about? What do people talk about regularly? You guys? This conversation people have. Like, I want to talk about all the weird shit. That's why I enjoy these feeds. You're welcome, Patty. Now go get to asking for help. It's hard sometimes. All right, so Janet, question to ask self. What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? Ooh, impossible. The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. Yes, expectations are a waste. I tell you guys that all the time. It's a waste of everything because expectations typically lead to disappointments. Goals are better. Goals instead. So when we experience disappointment with ourselves or with the relationship or something that we're in, then our needs are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Amen. Do you be? Elizabeth, I was obsessed with the Tudors. And I was like, I for sure was one of that Henry VIII's wife. And I always had the song stuck in my head. I am Henry VIII, I am Henry VIII, I am. I think about that song. Is that the same though? Anyways, so I was drawn to going to see Jesse and Frank James Hone of something Caverns, Merrimack Caverns, and that was one of their main hideouts. No kidding. Very interesting. Pretty sure normal conversations don't center around doing with dolphins. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks for putting it back in my brain. Totally forgot about that already, Doug. Thank you for being here. Hi, Erin. How's life treating you, darling? All right. That was Janet. On to B, who is beautiful. Alrighty. So other ways you can tell you're reincarnated. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So feel soul connections with others. So, and these may not always be good ones. You may be holding on to somebody because you have a large, strong spiritual draw to them who isn't good for you. But you have that connection through many lifetimes. You have that connection through many lifetimes. So that accounts for a lot of the times when people can't let go of somebody who they know is terrible to them, right? And when I say can't, it's almost like don't want to, because we can do anything we put our mind to when it comes to this experience. You know what I mean? Doing good, ready to meet baby girl. Oh, girl. Sending you so much I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I think she was pregnant. You know, I'm oblivious. Oh, honey, good luck. Can you send me a picture of your baby when you get a chance? Could be a month from now even. It's so exciting. You're going to be an amazing mother. You're so deserving. I love that. All right. So, feeling soul connections with others. Not always a good thing. Wait, on to be. Yes, on to be. And also feel older than you are. Signs you've lived other lifetimes. I looked up, like, what is proof that you've lived other lifetimes? And it was like, there is no proof. I'm like, yeah, there's not. And whatever proof is here, I could give two shits about because it's a made-up experience anyways. But what I think about is that show, The Ghost Inside My Child and stuff, or like other kids. I mean, I've met some in my day. Other kids who talk about in great detail other lifetimes they've lived. And that so-and-so wasn't their mommy in that lifetime. And this, like it's shit like that. Kids don't make that shit up. That's again where we always go, it's their imagination. And again, one of my favorite things that I've discovered over the years is that truly our imagination is our way of receiving and also our way of using the law of attraction. It's insane, you know? Ghost called Elizabeth. Actually be listening to it a lot lately. No kidding. Is it creepy? Wish your boyfriend was more open-minded. Yeah, right? Hey, look, I'll say this. My ex-husband didn't even believe necessarily in what I do. So it's like, it's funny to me. And now he's my ex-husband, you know, but I look at stuff like that, and which was disheartening too, because like I would have, especially in the beginning of my work, like I would have the most incredible, insane sessions that I'd be like, oh my God, I've got to tell somebody. And like, I have like the whole HIPAA thing going with my work. Like I wouldn't, without somebody's permission, I don't talk about it, you know, whatever, I'll give basic whatever, but I want to get home and I want to talk about it. And I'd be so excited because I'm just Kristen. You know, I'd go home and be like, oh my God, so listen what happened today. And then I would talk. And then I would be like, are you even listening to me? Like, yeah, that's cool. And I'm like, oh my God, like literally this is magical. Seriously? It was so weird. So anyways, yeah, open-minded is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but hopefully open-minded enough. Yeah. Oh, good. Well, here we go. On to B's card. I'll go back and read comments later. So what am I waiting for? Somebody else to do it? So are you waiting for someone else before you can take big leaps and make big changes? What if you were to take life into your hands and forge your own unique path, right? Always follow what comes to you in your intuition. Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move further forward towards your dreams? Make a decision always and do it, and trust that the rest of this year, all those things that come to you are your intuition guiding you in the right direction. So do it scared, take the leap, do it sure, do it confident, do it all the ways, but do it. I love that. All right, so on to Brandy, Nicole, Amanda, and I'll do collective cards. My marker is empty. So Brandy, I only have a few left, so I should be able to retain. All right, reincarnation, again, dreams, stuff like that. I just can't believe, like, for me, and I remember learning, like, yes, when we pass away, because I did the whole CCD, made my communion, all that stuff, you know, when we pass away, we go to heaven. I mean, it's so funny because I think about it now and I'm just like, how boring and shit would eternity be without being able to switch things up, you know? And that's why I don't think about like the physical death of the body as something that's scary. I feel it's liberating as shit, honestly, and all the work I've done. You're welcome, Tanning. All right, so Brandy, let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see. Brandy. Ooh. So are you clear about what your soul really wants? Are you clear what your soul really wants? So take out the shoulds and the limitations and get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. Yes, I love that so much. If you knew it was possible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go with all of your heart. I'm telling you guys, just listen. Start doing everything in your heart center. Start feeling things. Start doing things that you feel passionate about. Really embrace that self-love. All the heart center stuff this year. I'm telling you guys, it's a big heart centered here. I talked last year very much about building up all this. You know, now we've got to focus on that heart center. That is so important. Alrighty, and moving on to Nicole, and then Amanda, and then we're done. So here, guys, really quick. I'm going to go over a couple of exercises to help us, very simple ones that you can do to help you with awareness and breaking negative patterns. Something you can do every day, small things, but it's my filler for the day. All right, so Nicole, what else could this mean? Oh, hot dog. Okay, Nicole, there are always multiple ways to look at everything in every situation. So our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at a situation by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? That's funny. Yeah? All right. And on to Amanda. So, guys, awareness and breaking negative patterns. Let's go ahead now, moving forward, if we can, write down every negative thought you have throughout the day. Then, at the end of the day, look at all that shit and be like, holy crap, I've been wasting so much of my mind on worry and fear when it does literally nothing for me but lower my vibration, disrupt the people around me, disrupt myself. You know, it just throws everything up. Wasting your mind when you could be focusing on positive and using the law of attraction. Yeah, right, Nicole? Oh no. Okay. On to Amanda. When was the last time you could not stop laughing and you laughed so hard that you cried, or you couldn't stop smiling? So go back to a moment when you laughed so hard you almost peed your pants or did. Depends. Feel the laughter grow in your body, your cheeks hurting and your eyes watering. Maybe there was even pain in your gut, right? Laughter is healing. We are guiding you towards connecting more with things that are funny and exciting. Don't take life so seriously. Find joy in the little things. Laugh more often, right? Ooh, for a long time there, I was told I was too goofy, and then I dimmed my shine, you know, and now I'm just me. I don't have shit to explain to anybody. Ever. You guys, I want to show you something. In all the rocks, there was one I was for sure going to keep. And I saw it. And here is a peacock ore that was in there. Isn't this cool? I always look like a toddler with pen all over my hands. And this white part here is not a different crystal, actually. The iridescent tarnish hasn't fully developed yet on it. So that's why it's got the white part. Isn't that cool? Anyway. That was Amanda. All right, now on to our collective cards. Could you guys imagine? I'm going to do this. I'm going to write down every negative thought I have for the day, right? I keep a tally of it. I bet I have maybe one or two. But I'm going to be mindful of writing these things down as I see them. And I'm not just going to, well, I'll be truthful with myself. And then we're going to get back together and we're going to speak our truths about how negative we are to each other or ourselves. Yeah. Alrighty. Now here goes our collective cards for the day, guys. Because I did everyone's cards. Yeah? Okay, good. Yes. All right, so here goes our collective cards. I don't know if I'll be able to be on tomorrow, but I appreciate you guys. I will post if I'm able. Otherwise, it might be Saturday early. So, guys, do you know all your strengths? And are you using them? Oh, a lot of us don't, and a lot of us aren't. So I will say this. Sometimes they're dormant inside of you, and you need them reawakened. That's what I'm here for. I am the reawakener. All right, I came up with it, my new moniker. All right, guys, so we all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. Amen. Literally. So when we live and lead with our strengths, we are able to show up in the zone of genius, right? This inspires others to do the same. And also the angels be saying to us today, detox your friendships. Of course, these are things we always need to do to make space. Yeah. Detox friendships. Your abundance flow can be affected by the energies around you. Be discerning about your associations, your friendships, relationships, all these things. Right. And also this one comes up a lot. They must be doing some bad shit to our food. Clean energy food. Now let's talk again very briefly. My friend told me that there is a new gigantic artificial meat lab going up in Chicago. There's already several, but there's a new one going up in Chicago. A gigantic one. Do we need more of these? What is the problem? Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Have a wonderful evening. Okay, and I'll just do our angel number card really quick, and that is 0440. Trust your gut feeling. So follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people, be real to yourself, and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you must also bring value to the table for others. So share yourself, share your passions, treat others with respect, right? Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. You bring me so much joy. So let's go ahead and do our chakra affirmations. Take a big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, releasing tension, fear, anxiety, worry, anything that does not serve you. Why hold on to it? Just make you sick and crazy. Nobody wants to be sick and crazy. We have 5G for that. And from our root to our crown, I am centered, I'm grounded, I'm safe, and I trust. I reawaken my passions. I'm creative. I share my gift with others. I stand in my power. I know my worth. I am valuable. I love and I let love in. I am love. I live in peace and gratitude. I speak the truth. I speak kindly to myself and others. I freely express myself. I honor my intuition. I honor the wisdom I receive. I see clearly. I embrace the unity of all things. I am one with all things. I am one with God, the universe, and all of you. Thank you so much for being here, my friends. Remember, thoughts are things. Keep them positive. You're super deserving, and I will see you next time.